Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mouse Cheers.
Hello, welcome. Hi, John.
Hello.
Cheers.
You know what I really love?
What do you love?
Disney World's a busy vacation.
Yeah, it's not a relaxing vacation, that's for sure.
It's a great vacation.
Oh, great. Very magical.
Yeah, very magical. It is a busy vacation. I love a great down day.
You know, not only do I love a great down day, but
Yeah.
sometimes you need a down day, regardless of if you love it or not.
You're right.
Sometimes
If you're
the
doing
knee blown.
blown, and you're doing. Here's my order, and this is for a particular reason. I'll go Magic Kingdom, rope drop to the end. Next day, Epcot, rope drop to the end. Animal Kingdom next day, rope drop to the end. Hollywood Studios day 4, end of the whole thing on Fantasmic. It's a really magical time, but it
It's a
is
good lineup.
busy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what's your lineup?
I mean, it's usually Magic Kingdom to start, and I also do a rope drop to end.
Okay.
And then, any other day I go back. Doesn't have to be the full day. Then I'll do Animal Kingdom.
You'll do
and-
it the second time
I'll do Animal Kingdom the second time.
or the second day?
The second day. And then I'll do Epcot and Hollywood. So the only thing that really changes
You're
is
swapping out, yeah.
Swapping Epcot and Animal.
Reason I do Epcot second is because Magic Kingdom is so crazy with rides, whereas Epcot's more chill. Well, you're doing a lot of walking, though, either way.
Yeah, it's a lot of walking, but you know what? It's a gradual decline from there because Magic Kingdom is really heavy on the rides, and Animal Kingdom is more like is more show heavy than really ride heavy, I suppose.
Yeah, true.
And then Epcot, and Hollywood Studios, I call it a half day park. By 1 p.m., I'm done.
Hollywood Studios still?
Oh yeah. Would you like me to explain?
I mean, yeah, sure.
So here's the thing. What? Yes. Yes.
Well, no, I'm curious, so obviously I'll let you explain. So,
Thank you. So here's the thing.
Mm.
Hollywood Studios has always been a half-day park because, especially if you're there for rope drop, you get so much done early in the morning before it's busy. There's not that much to do there. Then your argument is going to be they added Toy Story Land, they added, what's this Star Wars thing called?
Galaxy's Edge.
Galactica, something.
Galaxy's Edge.
Something Galactica. And so what you're saying is since those add-ons is no longer... Did you ever think it was a half-day park? Did you ever?
No.
John, no. You're lying to me right now.
I'm not kidding.
You're lying to the viewers.
No, actually, because while Animal Kingdom is show heavy, so was Hollywood Studios, and it still is to a degree. But you had even before Frozen, First Time in Forever, a Frozen sing along. Before that, you had Lights, Motors, Action, a long show, and it was like a long ordeal. The Beauty and the Beast show, Voyage of the Little Mermaid, you got to hit like at least 3 times.
At least.
Did I say Indiana Jones yet? And then you had the American Idol experience, which if you were a part of that, takes all day. Talk about that sometime. But I think that in theory, yes, there was very few things to do, but the wait time and the length of time it took everything, it really hit up the whole day.
How come by 1 p.m. I'm looking around being like, I've done everything. What am I going to do again?
Well, I don't know why, but I'll tell you that Fantasmic, you're getting in line 90 minutes early if you don't have a fast pass. Back in the day.
You're done so early, you have to go back to the hotel, have a pool day, and then come back for Fantasmic.
Now, what you need to do is you need to do your 2 rope drop days. You do your Magic Kingdom, your Epcot. Day 3, down day, pool day. And then you can go ahead, or Animal Kingdom, whatever if you want to do Magic and Animal, down day, then the next 2, and then if you're there for a nice long time, do like 2 down days after that. And then maybe like park hop the next few days.
Park hopping. Definitely Hollywood Studios is one of those park hopping because it's a half-day park.
Sure. I disagree with you.
If you go to...
And I think I explained it pretty good.
I don't know, I was lost. If you go to Hollywood Studios in the morning, you're done by 1 p.m. Go to Epcot, that's a good day. That's a good day.
I don't disagree that
day.
Epcot in the afternoon, evening is a bad day. I don't disagree that it's a good day. It's a good day.
Yep.
But you're selling yourself short if you're leaving Hollywood Studios after half a day.
I'm deucing out 1 p.m.
Well, it's because
Guaranteed.
he's not a Star Wars fan.
Did everything. No, I'll do Star Wars too.
You'll go there. You'll get into a boarding group. Or actually, they don't do that anymore, do they? The boarding group.
I just walk right on. They go,
no,
hey, Andrew.
Don't walk. Okay.
You're
going to be waiting.
John, no, I'm not. I'm just going to walk right on.
You're going right to.
John, the scenario I've drafted in my head is counting the wait times. No, please. I'm not just making this up. I've experienced this time after time. I am done by 1 p.m. 2 p.m. I'll give you that.
Because you don't ride Tower of Terror. You don't ride Rock and Roller Coaster.
But, yes, I do.
Oh, do you?
I do. I do Rock and Roller Coaster a few times, then I get dizzy.
You do Rock and Roller Coaster. Wait, so you don't do Fantastic... Oh, you come back. You go have a pool day and come back.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Fantastic day.
I don't like it.
No, it's great. And then, if you want... So, actually, okay. So, we're going to have to dive into this a little bit. Because the first time you go, you can stay, the whole time. You can. You're going to be figuring out, like, oh, what do I do here the whole time? It's 1 p.m. and I'm done.
Not when you
and
go
then,
with me.
Like, Fantastic.
We're going to have to make a whole video. No. We don't need to make a whole video. Because, like the Frontierland...
I think the people are super interested in what I was going to say. Super interested. Because this can go anywhere.
You go. Go ahead.
Thank you. He's just interrupting me today.
Sorry.
Last podcast, we were so in sync. Today, you're interrupting.
I think it's because the last podcast ended, it was a mess.
It did end in a mess.
That's okay. What were you going to say before you lose your thought?
Okay, let's see. What was the last thing I said?
I don't know.
Okay. So. Oh, I remember.
Okay.
You can stay the whole time, like the first, because we talked about, doing the 4 parks, the first 4 days you're there.
Yeah.
That first time you go, you can't stay the whole time, but at 1 p.m. you're going to be like, oh, what do I do now? You can't stay the whole time, or you can go back to the hotel, have a pool day, come back, watch Fantasmic, golden. That second time around, you can do... I'm going to say this.
It's you have the floor.
But I don't mean exactly what I'm going to say.
He's going to say some stuff.
You can even skip it. You can even skip it altogether. You know what I did the last time I went?
You skip Hollywood Studios altogether.
Last time I went, I did. No, I'll go once.
Oh.
Half day.
And skip a second.
Skip a second.
Oh, just one half day, skip a second.
Yeah. I had the reservation and then to go to Hollywood Studios. And then I think it was the day before, I went up to a cast member. I said, hey, can I change this to Epcot? And then the guy, cheers to that guy, he was hilarious. I swear, he pulled out from his pocket a thing, like a pointer thing that like teachers use on the. He pulled one out of his pocket. He was, and this thing. I was like, okay, and he was like, let me see your phone. And I was like, okay. And then he was like, click this, click this, click this. And he was like
Really?
doing that like on my phone.
Oh, that's funny.
And then he was like, and bippity boppity boo, and there we go. You're going to
Really?
Epcot tomorrow. I was like,
Really?
thank you, sir.
That's so cool. I didn't know that story.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So
So
I
you changed it to Epcot.
I did. I changed it to Epcot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had a half day
Yeah.
in Hollywood Studios. You did everything. Like you rode Slinky Dog Dash.
Oh yeah.
You did Toy Story Mania. You did the Alien Swirling Saucers.
Oh yeah.
You did everything in Star Wars Land.
Yeah.
Did Millennium Falcon.
I was
Rise,
in and out of Star Wars Land. I don't know why people are spending their day there. Like, what are you doing?
Mickey Minis
Oh yeah.
and Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah, and I did that a few times till I got dizzy.
And did you see like the Beauty and the Beast show?
No.
Yeah,
I
see,
didn't.
he's not doing everything.
But
And then you didn't see
But-
Fantasmic? Well, it wasn't bad.
I watched it on my phone in the hotel room.
Come on.
But the reason why, because it was 1 p.m., I was done with everything.
Yeah.
And the next show for Beauty and the Beast was like 3.
Oh yeah, that's another thing is you really got to plan your. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't jive with your timing.
You know, it really doesn't, and it's killer for a half-day park like that. Whereas Animal Kingdom is kind of the opposite. You have to choose between two because there are 2 shows happening at the same time. That's a different kind of problem.
It is a different kind of problem.
It's a better problem to have.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of like it always seems in Hollywood studios that you're like, oh, in 2 hours is the next show. Or an even more common problem that I have at Hollywood studios is you look and you're like, it's happening right now. Or it's like 5 minutes ago or in 5 minutes and you're across the park. That happens to me a lot.
That's never happened to me before.
Really?
That's never
That
happened
happens to me
before.
a bunch.
Really?
Yeah.
And so what do you do? Can you get in when it started?
Oh
No?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't.
Yeah,
My
like the
spirits
Beauty
are
and,
down.
like the Beauty and the Beast, like something like that, right? Because obviously, like the Frozen has like a queue line you're waiting, and
Frozen and Indiana Jones, you can kind of walk in after.
and Voyage too is one of those waiting things.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe for
but
that.
if you're late for Voyage, you're done.
Yeah, why would you
You're not
want to
going.
see
Well,
that?
but they won't
Just
let
wait.
you in. They won't let you in.
They won't let you in.
No, it's like
comfortable chairs.
it's like you're tough to be a bug. It's yeah, comfortable seating. Oh. Comfortable seating, but you're let in to the theater, and then they close the doors. They let the max people in
Yeah.
for that show, so you can't really walk in late for Voyage. You can walk in late for. You see, I'm a punctual individual, so once I see that I'm like, oh, this show is happening in 5 minutes, and I'm across the park, I'm not gonna walk there because I don't want to stress. I don't want to stress it.
But what if you're done at 1 p.m. and the next showing is, let's say you're done. You're in Hollywood Studios, 1 p.m. You're done, except for one more show.
Wouldn't happen to me.
Ha-
But yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
let's say for the sake of the art,
Yeah,
let's say.
1 p.m. You're done.
No, yeah,
Show's right now, halfway across the park.
yeah.
Next show is until 3. You're trying to get to the pool.
I will be skipping that show.
There we go. And that's what happened with me and Beauty and the Beast.
Fine.
So,
Aw, I
eh,
hate
what-
that. I don't like that you just.
What?
You just like made me prove your point, and I don't like it.
You know, that's what I do here.
But I don't believe him. I don't believe that he
That's
did
what I do
everything in
here
a
on the
half day.
podcast.
I don't
That's why-
believe he
That's what I
rode.
do here on the podcast.
Did you ride
Oh, yeah.
Rock and Roller Coaster numerous times in the single rider line? Or did you legitimately wait in line each time? I don't believe that you rode it multiple times as well as Rise of the Resistance, Millennium Falcon.
No, if you rope drop Hollywood Studios,
Yeah.
you can ride, not single rider, you can ride with your party Rock and Roller Coaster a few times. 3 times,
Yeah,
at
but
least
you're-
before you're waiting.
Yeah, if you rope drop and walk right to Rock and Roller Coaster, but most people are walking right to Rise or to right to Mickey Minnie's.
And that's
or
just
like, you know.
So, and that's just it. And that is because at the time I went,
Yeah.
they were still doing the boarding groups. So I had my boarding pass, and everyone went there, and then everyone went to Mickey Minnie. I went right to Rock and Roller Coaster. I rode that bad boy like 3 or 4 times. Then I got dizzy. Had to stop. Had to take a breather. Sit down at the Joffrey's muffin cart.
There's too many rides. Yeah, Joffrey's.
Cheers
to
to
Joffrey's. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's yeah, well, cheers to Joffrey's.
Well, cheers to Joffrey's. It prevents me from going on Tower of Terror, so cheers to you.
Yes. 50th anniversary blend, by the way. Good stuff.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Yeah.
If you rope drop
Yep.
and you go to Rise,
Yep.
to Mickey Minnie's,
Okay.
to Rock and Roller Coaster, if you don't want to ride Tower, I understand. I don't understand, but I get it. That's you don't love it.
Hold on.
What?
No, I'm sorry. You finish, but just know you're about to get roasted. That's a tough thing to have to finish knowing.
How?
Yeah.
And if you can single rider Millennium Falcon. How are you doing Slinky Dog? After all of that, how are you waiting in line for Slinky Dog, and how is it not 1 p.m. already?
I don't know. I just walk right on.
I don't know about this guy.
John.
I'm trying to trap him here, but I think he's lying to
No,
me.
John. Okay. I don't know why. I'm blessed, I guess. I don't wait more than like 20, 25 minutes at any ride in Disney World.
I
I walk right on.
I purposely don't.
Right on that bad boy.
I purposely don't. I'll skip the line if it is. I try to plan my day, strategically.
You know how my day goes?
How?
I go, this is planned. Oh, but this is a 15-minute wait. Let's do this instead.
Hmm.
And I'm done by 1 p.m. Now, listen to me. Did I hear you say that you rope drop Hollywood Studios, you go right to Galaxy? Guardians?
Galaxy's Edge.
Galactica. That's it.
Galaxy's Edge.
It's a bad name. Call it Star Wars.
Well, I think it's called Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Well, no, actually, because the last time I went with the baby, so we went right to Mickey Minnie's, because the baby can ride that, and that was, but before that, we were doing boarding groups, so I'd go into Hollywood Studios, get into a boarding group, and the boarding group, I'd 2 seconds after they call the boarding group, you open your phone, you're like getting ready right for like 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. or whatever. And 7 a.m. hits and you're like hitting the thing to get your boarding group. And then I'm in like boarding group like 90
Oh, yeah.
after like 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
And then boarding group 90 doesn't go on till like 3 p.m. If all goes well, if Rise of the Resistance doesn't shut down.
So I went last time I was in Hollywood Studios. I was in the phase of the boarding pass where you didn't need to be in the park. You just needed a park reservation in order to do it. So I just woke up at like 6 or 7, whatever the time was. I got my boarding pass right in the hotel. It's pretty baller.
Oh, when it first opened up, you had to be in the park.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you got it right in the hotel. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I feel so bad for those workers because there's a mass of people and the park wasn't open yet, but like a mass of people were there.
Isn't that crazy?
And when the rows were about to drop, or I'd even say before, I've seen cast members, because they know what's up. They know where people are going.
Yeah.
I've seen cast members go, if you want to ride Midway Mania, you can come with me right now.
Yeah.
No one moved. I was like,
Really?
I was thinking about it. I was like, that's a pretty sweet deal, But
Right.
but I was like, I gotta,
I remember when Midway Mania came out, the first year it was new, that was the hot ride. Now you can pretty much walk on. Isn't that crazy? It's
it is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what's going to happen to Mine Train when Tron opens up.
That's an interesting question.
If it's going to go down or stay.
Well, But you can look at it like this. Did anything happen to Big Thunder Mountain when Mine Train opened?
So Thunder Mountain's a classic. So I think that's busy.
Would you not call Seven Dwarfs a classic right now?
Well, it's a classic. Like Thunder Mountain goes back years. Mine Train being so new, people go on it because it's new, but it's also a great ride, so people continue to go on it. Yeah, I mean, something. I think like something like Remi's Ratatouille Adventure in Epcot. I don't know how long that'll stay really busy, because that's kind of like tucked away in the back of the World Showcase. Frozen Ever After is a great ride. Remi's Ratatouille Adventure, also a great ride. I just don't. I almost see it becoming like Journey, Under the Sea Journey to Little Mermaid. That was new when like Mine Train, like Little Mermaid's new. That's a new ride,
Right.
Relatively.
Right.
And that wait time's never so bad. Maybe when it was new,
But also that one's an ever
continuous.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. I don't know. I guess I don't know. Maybe Mine Train will stay busy.
So
Just don't know.
yeah, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is the Mickey and Minnie?
Yeah.
That's it. Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway. I was blanking on the name.
Yep.
Is that something you would keep, or would you bring back Great Movie Ride?
Oh, I would. This is unpopular opinion. I think I would keep Mickey Minnie. Wasn't the biggest Great Movie Ride. I mean, I liked it. No, I loved it.
Sound off in the comments.
Yeah, sound off.
Which one you would prefer? And I'm not wrong when I say most people would say bring back Great Movie Ride.
I think you're right, and I think that's an unpopular opinion. Wish we could delve into that. We're so busy. We're talking so much busy days. We're talking busy days. This is supposed to be a down day. It's supposed to be a relaxed day.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What do you... Regardless of what you do your Magic Kingdom, you do your Animal Kingdom. Do you agree that after like 2 days, a down day is necessary, or...
Not initially when you first get there. Like
you think
like
after
you
2
do,
days you're good to do
like
4 in a row?
Yeah. Because like I said, the way I have it set up, like I do the 4 parks and they progressively get, more tame. And then leading up to the down day.
Okay. What do you do on a down day?
So the down day is usually reserved for, first and foremost, sleeping in.
I agree.
First and foremost. I always, and everything else comes after.
Does that shortchange your day?
No.
Do you feel like, oh, this day flew by?
No.
No. Okay.
No, because also, it gives you the opportunity to explore Disney Springs, maybe the pool, and there's nothing like Disney Springs at night. It's a party there all the time. All the time it's a party there.
Yeah. It's a great time. I love going to Disney Springs on a down day.
Yeah. But
we need to do a straight Disney Springs.
Oh yeah,
episode.
No, that's gonna be its whole thing.
Yeah.
So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
But I do also this episode is like half Hollywood Studios episode too.
Yeah. But and we try to just go with it. Like we have ourselves a subject that we want to talk about. But there's so much to talk about. When it comes to Disney World, that you can branch off so easily.
Should we just stick with Hollywood Studios and do down days for the next podcast?
This will be the second time in like 5 episodes that we do. Yeah, let's stick with Hollywood.
Because I have a lot more to say, and I feel like we've started.
We've started we can. We're gonna bookmark.
We were going to talk about pools and water parks today.
But But yeah, we're gonna talk about pools and water parks another time.
So
Oh,
let's talk about Hollywood studios.
yeah.
So okay, so just going back to the last thing we said really quick. I very much prefer Great Movie Ride. Now here's this. I think I've said this before too. I'm not a huge fan of trackless rides.
Why? Like, I want to know why.
Couldn't tell you. Now I think it's lazy.
It is cutting edge, good sir.
Not gonna argue with you. Like, these people who made it, opposite of lazy. These people are smart individuals, hardworking individuals. Lazy.
You just said they weren't lazy.
Lazy in a different sense. Not lazy how you think I mean lazy.
It's like, I don't want to build a whole track, but they're building a trackless isn't truly trackless. There's like a wire guidance that these move.
It's pretty lazy.
These machines move on the same pattern each time. There's a track. It's just under the ground.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
You just don't like it.
I'm blown away by it.
Yeah. It's smooth.
I don't care for it.
Okay.
It doesn't feel
know,
it doesn't feel like a ride. It doesn't feel like well, no, because I'm not going to say that because I know what you're going to say after that, and I don't want that.
What? What are you going to say?
Well, I'm not going to.
You don't have to say it, but tell me what you were going to say.
No. because if you're not thinking it, I'm giving you an argument against me. You know what? I'll say it.
Yes.
You're going to say like these rides like Under the Sea, Little Mermaid, how it's just a continuous thing, basically the same thing.
No, I wouldn't say that. I agree that's a ride. I think they're both a ride. I don't know why you think trackless isn't a ride.
Yeah, it's if I want to sit down, I can sit on a bench.
I don't get it. I'm fine with the fact that he doesn't like it, but he's not giving me good reason, and I just don't get what he's saying. It's not lazy. Fine. Is the
it's
only
like
reason
D-box in a movie theater?
That's not true. Is there any reason? Is that the only reason that you prefer Great Movie Ride to Mickey Minnie's?
No, it's just the start of my argument.
Okay, continue.
Thank
you. Would you like to? I'm like continue, and then I keep talking. But would you want to be a cast member who leads the Great Movie Ride?
Well, there are other things. Like if I had to pick one in all of Disney World, that is not my first go-to. I would.
Okay.
But I would be a skipper on Jungle Cruise first and foremost.
I would not.
I'd be hilarious.
You would be hilarious. I feel like I could ham it up on the Great Movie Ride. I would choose Great Movie Ride.
It introduces you, and this is my main point for Great Movie Ride.
Okay.
It introduces someone who is unfamiliar to some of the most classic films in all cinema that is now being missed out on, and I think it's a crime. And let me give you an example. It's the reason I watch Singing in the Rain, and I'm blown away by Singing in the Rain.
I'll agree that it made me want to watch the movies that they were based on.
And there's something about like, and they have restaurants like based around this idea of movie props and costumes and all this, and you're on a ride and you're going through the scenes in the movie. Sometimes they're actual props. Going through Casablanca, you're seeing the plane.
That's why I bought Casablanca on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
I still haven't watched it though. Is it good?
Did you see it, John?
Have you seen it?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You gotta watch it.
I have to. I own it.
You gotta watch it.
I gotta.
You gotta watch it.
Nice.
But like, now it's the exposure isn't there. A lot of people don't like black and white movies too. For some, have no good reason other than it's old.
It's old. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get that because some of the classics are obviously throughout the history of cinema.
And
yeah.
That's criminal to me.
Can I say, like, I think that Hollywood Studios has changed their vision. Well, they certainly have, to more like, instead of like behind the scenes in actual Hollywood, to Disney Hollywood. You got your Star Wars, you got your Pixar, you got your Mickey Minnie. It's like the Hollywood of Disney, like the different sects of Disney.
This is the one, because we were talking about, in a previous podcast,
Mm-hmm.
we were talking about, I believe it was Animal Kingdom we were talking,
Yeah.
and we were like, you have Disney characters, use Disney characters.
Yes. Oh, I got something to say, but yeah, you go.
I think this is the one example where I don't want that.
Right.
Epcot is very much like that. They're not making, Epcot the World Showcase, specific to one Disney movie or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's countries around the world. What's wrong with Hollywood? What's wrong with cinema?
I agree, and let me clarify. I am not against like Disney doing their own thing. Like I enjoy Figment. That's like a Disney created thing of a character that wasn't a part of the movies. It's when you're doing like Muppet Vision 3D, when you're doing something on the Muppets, use the Muppets. So Great Movie Ride is that it's about the movies, and you have the cast member who's being the actor, walking you through it, and then there's this whole thing where they switch out and the bad guy takes over, and it's like fun. That's fine because that's Disney doing its Disney magic and creating its own character. It's same with Jungle Cruise, it's not, it doesn't need like a Disney character there. But if you're making Muppet Vision 3D, and if you're making Frozen Sing Along, use the characters. It's like Anna comes out, and you're like, oh, it's Anna. She's like, hey, have you seen my sister Elsa? We're like, this is awesome, it's Anna. Then like Kristoff comes out, you're like, oh, it's Kristoff. And then like these two like people come out,
Narrators, I don't even
it's
know
like
what
narrators or like whatever that you call them, and they're like, hello everybody, and I'm like, okay, they're part of the show. And then like Anna's like, all right, well, I'm gonna go look for my sister. See ya.
See you later.
And then it's just those two for the rest of the show, pretty much. And man, I've warmed up to it a little bit, but ugh.
So it's a tough pill to swallow when you first watch it.
Yeah.
Over the multiple viewings.
Some people think you can view it multiple times like Voyage. It's not the same.
Nothing is like Voyage.
That's true.
First and foremost. And we'll talk more about Voyage in just a hot second.
Cheers to Voyage.
You know what? Cheers to Voyage.
I'm so glad that we're talking Voyage today.
Me too.
So glad we're going to get to Voyage.
Since we're at this Frozen sing-along thing, there are a few questions I would like to ask before we do Stray. Do you sing along?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I do.
There you go. Let it go, let it go.
Sometimes you're like sitting there like, you want to build a snowman? Just to myself.
What are your thoughts on, I think Hollywood Studios is the park in which they use that fake snow the most.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
It's magical, and when Elsa comes out and they do Let It Go, and I'm like, the bubbles come down and the snow, is there bubbles? I don't know. The snow comes down.
Yeah, it's like so.
And I'm like, oh, this is magical, but like, what was the last half hour? Like, it ends great.
Yeah.
It's a personal opinion. It's a personal opinion.
But with that,
Yeah.
like with that being in our lives, still,
Yeah.
what needs work is Finding Nemo the musical. That's what needs work. Oh, we got it. That's what needs
No,
work.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
I agree with you.
People are out of their minds.
Out of their minds.
But it's for the kids. The kids enjoy it.
I went to Hollywood Studios when Frozen first came out. They had like this whole Wandering Oaken's trading post, like with actual snow inside, like a snow area that the kids could play in. Like that was cool.
That sounds cool.
I mean, I just wanted to bring that up. There was like
I
snow.
didn't know that.
Like, where did they get the snow? Did they make?
Can you elaborate a little bit? Like snow falling or snow?
No. There was much like a big sandbox. It was like a big snow box, and kids were playing in the snow.
Did you touch the snow?
Yeah, it was cold. It was snow.
It was cold,
But it wasn't genuine snow. And somebody who knows snow, believe me, I wish I didn't know snow, but somebody who knows snow knows that it wasn't real
Well,
snow.
of course, it's not real snow.
Yeah, but it was impressive because it was like cold, it was snow.
Did it disintegrate in your hand?
Yeah.
It did?
It was real. It was real.
So it was like ice. Like ice
It was like
chips?
shaved ice. No, it was snow. But it wasn't like the same consistency as like genuine snow.
Was this inside?
It was inside.
Was it freezing inside?
Well, it was controlled, temperature controlled. Well, and by
This
the
is
way,
most
you have
ridiculous
like
thing I've ever heard in my life.
you have like blaring ACs because it's really hot. So the cold is refreshing when you get out of the heat. Then you got like this area where the kids could play in snow. It was there for a bit, not too long, but
Okay.
yeah, it's cool. It's like Disney magic.
Okay. That is cool.
Yeah,
You're blowing me away a little bit right now.
it happened.
This is the first time I'm hearing of this. I didn't know this.
Yeah, I thought it was really awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was good.
And did someone stop you like, sir, this is for the kids. Please stop touching this. No.
No, we were just walking through,
Okay.
and I like touched it. They don't really tell you
Like-
not to touch things.
Oh, it's cold.
Yeah,
Oh.
up the way of the Frozen sing along, you got the theater that kind of gives you sometimes they'll give you a preview of a movie or a 5-6 minute preview of a movie that's coming out, kind of an exclusive to Disney World. How many previews have you watched there?
Let me count here. Hold on. I think 0.
No, really? You don't partake?
No.
I think it's fun. Like I've seen like the Cars 3, like when the live action Cinderella came out, I saw like a preview of that. It was like a scene, from it. And it kind of gets you excited for it. I think I saw a scene from Dumbo also before that came out. And it's not an interactive theater, but the one in Disneyland, California is. My buddy saw a Maleficent preview there, and like when Maleficent came out, like the theater filled with smoke and stuff. I'm like, that's really cool, or fog, whatever. That doesn't happen at Hollywood Studios. I think it's a cool little thing that they offer. Being a Hollywood Studios theme, being able to show you like an exclusive clip of a film. I enjoy that.
I'm glad you enjoy it, John.
Yeah,
I'll skip on it every time.
that's fine. To each their own.
Maybe if you're adamant about staying until the 3 p.m., Beauty and the Beast show, when it's 1 p.m. and you're done,
To fill your time.
to fill the time. But is that... And they also have, and correct me if I'm wrong,
Mm-hmm.
they also have a showing of like a Walt Disney thing that's always...
Mostly always playing. Sometimes they put things
I've seen
there. That's a one man's dream, it's called. It's
Oh,
awesome.
I've
It's
seen that. I've
awesome.
seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in fact, I love walking through that whole thing. You see the beginning like of his career, of his animation career, into the first cartoon with color, with sound. The first cartoon uses the multiplane camera. Then the first feature length, Snow White, and then all the way up to like Disney World and like some of the new stuff that's coming out. It's an awesome walk through. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
Nothing quite compares to Voyage of the Little Mermaid, though.
Yeah.
So let's start here, because this is probably the best place to start.
Yeah.
The reason, actually, before I go in, John, what's the reason you want to see Voyage so many times? What's the reason?
I think I'm fishing for
Is this
something momentous to happen. I think that's what I'm doing.
Now, it's no secret that the days are numbered.
It may be done.
Maybe done.
It hasn't reopened.
Days be numbered if not done.
So I guess we got to give it its due.
We have to give it its due. Here's the thing, John.
Yeah.
And we've even talked about this a little bit, I believe. Ariel is a live actress.
Yep.
She actually sings.
She sings.
There are people controlling puppets and whatnot, but you know. And then there's Prince Eric, who is a live actor,
Yes.
but he does not. It's
He
voiceover.
He doesn't talk.
And he mouths the words.
Yes.
Okay. So here's this. Because it's obviously so long of a show and they try to fit like the movie in what would you call it? 10 minutes? 5 minutes?
It's a 15-minute show.
15 minutes?
A
whole
12 minute, 15 minute.
we'll say 15 minutes.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, because
Even if you're just counting like going in and sitting down and waiting for everyone to sit down.
Yeah. They got that show, like that Under the Sea song with the puppets,
Yeah.
which is like some random glow in the dark thing.
Yeah. So not only okay, well hold on.
Yeah.
Hold up, we'll get there.
Yeah.
First things first.
Mm-hmm.
Ariel sings Part of Your World. Of course she does.
Yeah.
Of course she does.
Yeah.
But she sings an abridged version of it.
Yeah.
That means this actress best be on her game. Because she's just in the moment and she's singing and she's like, yeah, this song, you know? And I can only assume it'd be super easy, especially if she's new, or very, like, her days are numbered there.
Right.
She's in the moment. She's not thinking.
Yeah.
She's not thinking of this abridged version that no one knows.
She's just like, oh, I'm nailing this.
Nailing this. That's what I look for.
Yeah, trying to like sing the actual song and like get caught up and be like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Yeah.
And then I believe, to what you were saying with Under the Sea and the puppets and whatnot,
Yeah.
I believe they do all of Under the Sea because that's like the big.
I believe they do all of Under the Sea, and they do they do
like
the whole song.
Yeah, it's like the big moment in the show.
But it's yeah, and they're like, oh, no flash photography, and then somebody always flash the camera, and you see like the actors.
Yeah, don't ruin the magic, guys.
Yeah.
If they say no flash photography, you're not gonna look at that picture. You know how many times I look at pictures
Yeah.
on my Disney vacation?
Yeah. Not often.
And not very often.
I love when it starts, the show starts, and water rains down from the front of the stage, and there's like a splash zone, so to speak. The first couple of aisles, you get like a mist. Love that.
Yeah, that's
Even
nice.
better when it doesn't happen.
Even better.
When it doesn't work.
Even better.
And it's like, it's got this whole like neon thing going, like when
Yeah,
the
they're
Earth's
like almost like lasers and
it's
whatnot.
like, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. And it makes it look like because at the end the lasers, the gimmick is you're under.
Yeah.
Wait, is it the beginning?
You're under the water. Yeah.
When does it start?
When the stage rains, you are filling with water, and there's this like there's like fog in the room, and then the laser lights make the top look like you're like underwater. But then like later, when like Ursula gets Ariel's voice, there was one Ariel that was like and Ursula was like, sing ha ha, and like it was really good funny. But like after Ursula steals Ariel's voice, it like fast forwards to the end of the movie, but then there's like projection of Ursula and this weird neon laser. It's like it's a real odd choice. It's real weird.
Yeah.
And then I think that's a point, like the stage rains again, or it doesn't, which is hilarious.
Yeah. And you
But
see,
it's disappointing.
and this is where the multiple views come in, because it might work, the first time.
Yeah, it's a different show every time, which is both fun and hilarious.
Yeah. And what's really funny is I've seen it, got in line immediately to see it again.
Yeah.
Different Ariel.
Yeah, like
It throws you off, like
the shift switch.
Yeah, you see the shift switch.
Yeah,
and then it's like a new burst of energy, because you're like, oh, this is her first show.
Yeah, yeah.
I hope you're on your game today. Did you just wake up with something?
Yeah. But then, like, just up the street, you got like the Beauty and the Beast show, where at the end, like, they share a kiss, right? But in this, it's like it feels phoned in because they give the fakest looking kiss. They just do like that on stage kiss.
Yeah.
And I get it. I'm fine with, whatever. But it adds to the phoned inness of it, and it just makes it just so funny.
Yeah. So it requires multiple views, minimum 7 times.
Minimum
7 times.
during your stay. So good.
During your day, more like.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
since you bring up Beauty and the Beast,
Mm-hmm.
imagine if you fell in one of those costumes, because Lumiere, it's a candlestick, and then every once in a while you see 2 little feet. You see 2 little feet just popping out.
Yeah.
It can't be easy to move like that.
Well, yeah, like Chip or...
Sometimes I trip over nothing
Yeah.
in my normal, everyday, comfortable clothing.
Yeah.
How many times a day do they do this for how many years? Do you think someone's tripped?
I'm sure it's happened.
You can't just get up.
What if happened, like, if Cogsworth falls? I don't know.
Or
I think
Mrs. Potts.
Or
like,
Mrs. Potts, or like
rolls.
any of them. Yeah, like I feel like they'd have to close the curtains, and like the actor would have to like get out, or somebody would have to come on stage. I feel.
Be like, you good?
Yeah.
Curtains up or no?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
I don't know. I'm assuming something like that's happened. I know the Beast falls down like like when he like gets stabbed or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's a very good show.
I enjoy it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I get the feels and stuff when it's a good show.
It's a great show.
Yeah. And that's one where obviously there's a track, but the singers are all like Gaston, Belle. I think that's it. I think it's just the 2 of them singing, but it's awesome. But so why couldn't they do that with like why does Prince Eric? I don't know. Voyage of the Little Mermaid is a whole different like species of its own.
Yeah. Yeah. And can I, unless you have more to say on the subject?
No, I just think that Beauty and the Beast is a overall good show and a really nice condensed version. It doesn't really feel rushed to me, and they move around the songs and in the events to really fit in and give a really good theme park show.
I have some further questions that are unrelated.
Okay.
Do you miss the Sorcerer Mickey hat?
I was upset when they took it down. Now I don't miss it.
No.
Nope. I was really upset when they took it down. I'm like, that's the icon. I'm like, you got the castle, the tree, the Epcot ball, and you got the hat. Well, they took it down. It wasn't always there. And I was really upset about it. I'm like, what? Now the Tower of Terror is going to be the icon. But when I walked into Hollywood Studios the first time and just saw like that Hollywood Boulevard, the trees, and the Chinese theater, I kind of never looked back, and I'm not even upset that it's gone. In fact, I'm glad that it is the way it is.
Interesting.
Yep. How about you?
I actually never saw it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So your first time in Disney was actually after that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So this is not one I can give my opinion
I
on.
have good memories of it, but I don't. I'm good. I don't miss it. Yeah. So, favorite ride in Hollywood Studios?
I don't know. Saying your favorite ride in Hollywood Studios is like saying what's your favorite car to ride in the back seat in. It's like,
You don't like any of the rides in Hollywood Studios?
well, no, like, and I don't hate being in the back seat either.
I don't get that at all. That's a horrible analogy.
Well,
I'll answer.
so
Okay, there you go.
you answer.
I was
I'm gonna
thinking
think
for
about
like
my
a
thing.
okay. I'll say Tower of Terror. It's a great ride.
Oh,
It's
for
my
God's
favorite. Well, no, it's
don't. No, you don't. How about I'll answer. You take a You take a second to think about
You go.
it. This is ridiculous.
You go. I love Slinky Dog Dash. Also, go.
Okay. So, I suppose if I had to pick an answer, I'd say Rock and Roller Coaster.
I knew it.
I'd say
I knew
Rock
it.
and
You're
Roller Coaster.
basic. I mean, I'm basic
You
too. I
said
said Tower of Terror.
which I don't believe. Have you taken a?
What do you think my favorite is?
I don't know. So I'm hoping that you can enlighten us, but be honest, please.
No, Tower of Terror.
The people deserve your honesty.
Tower of Terror, I think, is overall the best ride. I enjoy it. I get scared. Okay, so Tower of Terror is not the type of ride that you want to like. You know how sometimes the rides stop, like for a while, and then they're like, hey, you'll start moving again. That when it goes up the elevator and then you're like in that room before you go into the drop. If you like stop in that room, I like kind of feel unsafe. I'm like, oh, I don't really want to stop in this ride. Like why are we?
Yeah.
So there's some scariness there, but it's not as bad as it builds up to be, and the drops aren't even that bad. It's fun. I love it. But I do love Slinky Dog Dash a lot.
I like Slinky Dog. People hate on Slinky Dog because it's not super thrilling.
It's not supposed to be.
It's not supposed to be.
Yeah, it's a family coaster.
And you know what?
But it's actually more thrilling than you would think.
Yeah.
Going on it.
And again, I've said this before. I'm just not a roller coaster fan.
Okay.
That's my kind of roller coaster right there.
Yeah. And I'll agree. It's like the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train in the same vein.
Yeah.
Thunder Mountain.
Yeah.
It's in that family. I think it might be a little. I think maybe of those three, that Slinky Dog Dash is actually the most thrilling of them. You get that. You go kind of sideways when you go over. When Star Wars Galaxy's Edge was being built, I'd be like, hey, I'd look over and try to see
the construction
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that was fun. And it is a nice ride that incorporates a second launch or
right.
which you
Yeah.
don't see often.
Right, it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
So I guess I would like to save talking about Fantasmic for maybe like a nighttime show
Okay,
episode,
that's fine.
because I have a lot to say about Fantasmic, and I want to give it its due. I think the general core of what we're doing right now is Hollywood Studios being a half-day park versus I think it's a full-day park. And a lot of the reason I think it's a full-day park, and I think that, like, I think you can make a decision for yourself based on what Andrew is saying. It's like he's talking about, like, seeing Voyage 7 times. He's talking about this. We haven't even talked about Indiana Jones yet, where it's not 1 p.m.
Guaranteed 1 p.m. So I do these things every time I go, and I stand almost in the same spot and think to myself, oh, it's about 1 p.m. Look where the sun is. It's about 1 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you see Indiana Jones every time? Do you see Indiana Jones every time?
Yes, I do.
Huh.
Yep.
I don't think I see it every time. What happened at the end? The guy used to die. The bad guy used to die by the plane propeller.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore. Some random guy, like, shoots him dead. And then they escape, the final explosion.
Oh.
Yeah, what? Somebody get hurt?
Oh, that's interesting. Last time I went, it was still the propeller.
Oh, really?
Yeah. At least I thought it was.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it depends on the actor. Maybe they do it sometimes. The last, like, 3 times that I saw it, it didn't happen. And I like that part. Like, he goes down the trap door and the propeller hits him.
Well, I guess it's possible I'm remembering just like a different version of the show than the last one I saw.
Oh, maybe.
That's very possible.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's very possible. What's that food place that's right next to Indiana Jones?
Backlot Express.
Yeah, Backlot Express. Thoughts?
It's basic. I'll go there. I'll enjoy,
It's It's B.
hot dog,
Basic.
cheeseburger, chicken nuggets. It's kind of the same as, like, ABC Commissary used to be. But ABC Commissary actually has a new menu now.
There's no great dining in Hollywood Studios. Huh?
Hollywood Brown Derby is a signature dining, and it does have like the filet mignon, and it has, like, the fancy stuff. I'll tell you, I've been there twice. The Cobb salad is awesome, and I've never craved a salad, but the Cobb salad at a Hollywood Brown Derby is awesome. Had the filet, I think, both times, and it's just there's better fillets on property, but it was very well cooked and stuff. The personal preference, the seasoning.
I've never been.
No?
Never been. Usually when I eat at Hollywood Studios and I have a reservation, it's Sci-Fi.
Sci-Fi is a fun environment.
Just for the environment. The food.
I heard they were changing the menu there too.
They're in need of a lot of changes.
Yeah.
Because even their sauce, the food has always been lackluster, and yet I still go because the atmosphere is so grand. But the food not only is basic, but I even have small complaints with things like the sauces. The last time I went, I swear, the last time I went, I got like this, I don't even know. It was like a tray, and it was like, pulled pork and chicken, and it was like a meat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But the sauce, the like barbecue sauce, it was sweet, and it not Sweet Baby Ray's, not that kind of sweet.
No.
This was like
cheers to Sweet Baby Ray's.
You know what? Cheers to Sweet Baby Ray's. I love their spicy sweet chili. But listen, this was sweet in a negative way, and I did not feel great afterwards. If you're going to go there, you have to submit to what it is. Just get a plain burger.
Burger and a shake. And enjoy the
Skip
atmosphere.
on the shake.
Oh.
See you later.
Oh, you know where not to skip on the shake? 50s prime time. They have the peanut butter and jelly shake. Tastes like a peanut butter cup.
I'll skip on that shake every time.
No, thank you.
And in fact, I'll even say this. I'll skip on that restaurant
They're
every
redoing
time.
the menu there, too.
I think
it hasn't already been.
Don't redo the menu. Tear the building down. Redo the building.
I like that.
No one's gonna tell me to eat my vegetables if I don't finish them.
Mama Melrose.
Okay.
How do you like it?
Oh. As much as I like Olive Garden, and I don't love Olive Garden.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's every time I go there, I'll like take a bite of the food, be like, yummy, and then like 3 bites in, I'm like, oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's not great. I got the new menu here for ABC commissary. Let me know what you think.
All right.
Shrimp tacos,
No thanks.
chicken club sandwich.
Don't eat club sandwiches.
You don't?
Do I look like I
Oh,
do?
you don't like sandwiches?
Next.
Crazy. Mediterranean salad with chicken.
I don't think so.
Buffalo chicken,
don't
grilled
fish.
chicken, cheese sandwich. Oh, no. Buffalo chicken grilled cheese sandwich. Sounds good to me.
I'd probably eat that.
Pork carnitas tacos.
I'd modify it, but I'd probably eat it.
And a Mediterranean salad.
I don't salad, John.
Not in Disney,
I-
unless
as
it's that
I am-
Cobb salad from...
As I am not a rabbit.
And there was like a plant-based
I do
burger
not.
called the California Burger. I'm not against plant-based, but I would never choose it. Like unless I got a festival at Epcot and I'm getting like an Impossible Burger, which I'm always impressed at how good it tastes. I never opt for plant-based.
I think I've taken a bite of a veggie burger before on accident many years ago.
Yeah.
Not great.
Okay.
Not great.
I never opt for it. We never opt for it.
We don't opt.
No.
But, there are many people in my life that are vegetarians or vegans, and, good for them that they have those options. you know.
Yeah. So since we went to we obviously started this podcast wanting to talk about pool days, but we stuck on Hollywood Studios since we have talked mostly about our central Hollywood studios, so not your Galaxy's Edge and not your Toy Story Land. I think for the sake of this episode and the sake of time, we stay to the centralized Hollywood studios. What's your thoughts?
Yeah.
You know why?
Why?
Because there's too much to talk about. Because there's too much to do. Meaning that it is not a half-day park at all.
So it's a half-day park. In fact, if you didn't say that, I think we could have continued on with the podcast and only have gone over a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, because what time
Where are we at?
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you. So to keep in a centralized Hollywood studios, there is the new Lightning McQueen show. Have you seen it? I bet you haven't.
I'm not going to answer.
All right. So it's a show where Lightning McQueen is like preparing for a race, and then he like races, and it's like the screen is like moving, so it looks like he's moving with it. It's enjoyable. I kind of like it. I like it.
I saw the other car show.
Lights, Motors, Actions.
Yeah, I
Lights,
saw that a
Motors,
few
Action.
times.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no longer there.
Yeah.
But I
Not
loved
a
it.
car guy.
Well, cool.
Okay.
He's not a sandwich guy. He's not a car guy. He's not a Tower of Terror guy.
You know
It's
what
okay.
kind of
He's not a Star Wars guy.
you know what kind of guy I am though?
He's what?
Voyage of the Little Mermaid.
Boom. And we can cheers to that.
And we can cheers to that. Cheers, my good sir.
Cheers, my good sir.
I'm out.
I'm not. You spilled a little.
I'm out now.
Have a good day.